Let me hit go live. All right, cool. We are live on our weekly Humpday investments.
Yep.
Welcome back, everybody. This is our weekly Humpday investments podcast that we talk about everything investing here in Mexico, the Riviera Maya specifically. Questions are always welcome in the chat box to your left or your right. I don't know. And yeah, so let's jump into it.
Okay. So hope that everybody's doing well. So Nick, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about my past 2 days. So what Nick and I do, right? Y'all have seen our videos on YouTube. You've seen stuff on Instagram or TikTok or wherever our social media has us. And we create, it's a very cold term, but we create leads, right? Y'all based on, education, right? Just trying to educate you guys on how to invest down here in Mexico and stuff like that in the Riviera Maya. And we came across these young ladies that came. They contacted us through, I think it was through TikTok. Then they made an appointment. I'm going to give you a little insider how the process works, right? So they contacted us through TikTok. I sent them a link for our Google Calendar that Nick showed me how to use. I'm all thumbs. It's all Greek to me when it comes to that. So they can make an appointment for us, and they came down. They were down here. They came down. We met them on a Zoom on a Friday or a Thursday, and they were here on Saturday. And then we went on tour the next couple of days. So they were staying at a hotel down here, and Nick's hearing about this for the first time as well, because he's actually been in the tail end of this. So they came, and I picked them up at their hotel on Monday morning to begin our adventure, right? So what's the process? How do we do this? Well, we asked them, Nick and I asked them, what do y'all want to do? What's your goal, right? What's your long-term goal? Are you trying to get passive income? I mean, it's quote unquote, because it's not passive, because a rental property is still, there's work involved with it. Are you looking, is it pure investment, or is it just, a second vacation home, or what are y'all trying to do, right? And these young ladies are like, you know what? We're tired of the States. We're tired of California. We're tired of the taxes. We're tired of the bigotry. We're tired of the chaos that's happening with the red, the left and the right, the red and blue. And they're just like, ready to leave, So it's crazy that there's so many people out there right now that are literally ready to leave. Canada's getting even worse. I saw some stuff yesterday that I won't get into now, but I'm sorry.
Cities.
Canadians are crashing and burning right now. I'm really sorry. Y'all should come down here. So anyways, so these girls, we picked them up, and they told us they actually want to move. They want to find a home down here. And we, after further discovery and talking to them, we realized that, maybe they want to buy a small little 1-bedroom, which Nick and I are we're not against it, but we say, don't buy a 1-bedroom if you think you're going to make a bunch of money with it, because you're not right now, right? So, but they're saying maybe we'll buy a 1-bedroom instead of renting. So we have a little bit of real estate, and then we'll buy some land to build our dream home, and we'll release the condo. And if it rents, if it doesn't, it'll be for our family when they come down. My mother-in-law can come stay in the 1-bedroom. Like, they're going to use it, not really as a rental property. And it's not too bad of a deal, right? There's some really good deals on 1-bedrooms that if you're going to use it for the mother-in-law suite, it's an amazing situation. It's perfect. It's not for money making. So I picked them up. Once we figured out that they wanted to do a condo and buy some land to build a house, the adventure began, right? So I stopped by the hotel, picked them up around, I think it was like 9:30 in the morning. We began, and I drove from Playa Del Carmen to Tulum, right? Picking them up. But at the same time, Nick and I had another friend of ours that began as a client back in February. Actually, no, back in November of last year, that has now invested in several different opportunities that we have talked about. He was here in town to go look at Aldea Sacbe, which I'm sure y'all have heard about it on our YouTube channel, stuff like that. He bought an Aldea Sacbe. It's an eco-friendly wellness hotel residential development, right? So he was here, and he wanted to go see, well, where his money is at, right? And also he bought a condo. I'm going to name drop a bunch of stuff right now. He bought a condo at a Mirror district. So he wanted to see the progress of the condo he'd already bought, right? So I have both these different personalities, right? I've got California girls, like hippie California girls that have, I'm going to give you all their Instagram. It's a goat yoga farm
I
business.
saw it. Goat yoga.
Goat yoga. You look it up. It's a real thing. It's unbelievable. And they told me, Nick, that when a goat poops on you, they make a rule, right? They say if a goat poops on you while you're doing yoga, you're going to be the next millionaire. It's actually like good luck. And they've actually got marketing t-shirts saying I was shit on by a goat. And they sell the t-shirts. It's super cool. So I've got, obviously liberal, and I've got, our buddy Pete. He's, a real estate guy, country boy, construction guy, very conservative. So all in the same car together. It's like this is the mosh pit of personalities. And it went phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, Pete, it was as if I was paying Pete to talk good about me. I mean, he was just going on and on and on. I was like, Pete, here's a couple $100. I appreciate what you're doing. It's amazing, right? And the girls were laughing. We had a great time. It didn't even feel like a tour. I was telling them this morning, it felt like we were just making friends, and having a good time. But I drove from Playa del Carmen to Tulum. It takes me about 45 minutes to get there. Went in Tulum. We went and saw Allure District. We went and saw a 1-bedroom in La Valeta. It was a 1-bedroom. There was only 8 units in the building. Phenomenal little building. Great little unit. It was super Tulum vibe and feel. It wasn't the new commercialization vibe and feel now that Tulum has, where you get like these boxes and modern appliances, which is not, I like modern stuff. I'm actually not against that kind of stuff, but it's not the essence of what Tulum is, with like the wooden chandeliers and
bohemian chic experience.
Yeah. The bohemian chic, the Bali feel, right? Kind of like the Bali of the Riviera Maya. So went in there and it was phenomenal. It was a great place. They won 170 grand for a 1-bedroom, and it's got to be like 70 square meters, 700 square feet. It's big. I mean,
this is the closest one to the beach, right? This is
no. This is not the Amir District. I'm talking about it was a resale. It's a resale.
Oh, resale. Okay.
Yeah. No, Amir District, by the way, is the closest as of now, and they're saying forever. I mean, obviously nothing's forever in real estate, but they're saying it is the closest condominium development to the beach in Tulum. There isn't anything closer unless you go to Tangka, right? Tangka is a different area. It's up there. It's like 20 minutes up the road.
20 minutes north, yeah.
But Amir District is right. It's literally, you can see from the terrace, you can see Habitat, Papaya Playa Project, and Azulik, hotel. Like it's right literally there. Right there. So the rental, the reason why I think it's a great rentability in that development is because Azulik is like what, $2,000 a night or something silly like that.
That's like starting price. I mean, right? There's rooms you can get for $10,000 a night.
It's unbelievable how expensive it is. And then you have Papaya Playa Project is what, like $800 a night, $900 a night, something like that. And then I don't know how much I think Habitat is actually glamping. I think there's actually glamping on the beach there, which is also like $250, $300 a night to live in a tent. I mean, it's cool. You do your thing if you want to be in a tent, but
so bring your repellent.
Exactly. Mosquitoes. So having your condo there in an Airbnb and charging $80, $90, $110 a night, you're just,
beat it.
You can't beat it, dude. So it's a great location, but they didn't like it because it was too big, and also they're looking for a place to live in while they're building, and they didn't want to be around Airbnbs. They didn't want to be around parties. They wanted to be kind of further away. They have a goat farm, right, for yoga. I mean, you can imagine the personalities they've got. They're not into punchies, right? So we went and looked at La Valeta, right? La Valeta, if y'all know that, if we have a map of how Tulum is, right? You've got in the middle of Tulum, you got the main city of Tulum, then below it going towards the beach, you've got what's called Aldea Sacbe in that square right there, right? And then to the left, you have Region 15 and La Valeta, and to the right, you've got the new Jaguar Park, right? So
I'll bring it up right here.
It'll be awesome, dude. So we went to La Valeta, and in La Valeta it is really the bohemian, perfect. Yeah, show it. It's right there. Awesome, La Valeta.
So La Valeta is right here. This area right here is like Region 15.
Yep.
this is my house right here in what's it called?
Aldea Sacbe.
Aldea Sacbe.
Yeah.
And then you have this road right here, Kukulkan, which goes all the way down. And this is region 8 down here. And so we're speaking about this area over here. So you have, here's the Amira district, and then you have Playa project. This is the hotel zone. If you come all the way down through here, and if you go to the right, well, on this map, if you go to the right, this is where you have your public beach. Playa Paradiso is a really great, awesome spot to hang on the beach. And then you have the ruins over here. So nothing can be built over here. And this is where the Jaguar National Park will be. So here you have Selva Zama, which is being built right now in this area. And then Amira district is where they went on this tour yesterday.
Correct.
With the owners of Goat Yoga from San Francisco.
Yeah, and Pete's, you know, he's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he bleeds red. I mean, he is a Republican. It's too cool, man. So we go to La Valeta, and in La Valeta, we found a 8-unit development, okay, that had a pool, a pool area, and had the barbecue pit and the typical stuff. But what was really unique about it is it was just covered in jungle, man. It was just these palm trees everywhere, vines and ivies, and it was like when you walk in, it was like you're walking into like a cool little oasis. It was amazing. It was amazing. And you know, this is my my plug that the resale market, you might not have as many amenities as you would get with the resales and with condos, but they're bigger. The older units are bigger in square meters and square feet than the newer ones. The newer ones might have 15, 20 amenities, but you're in a 450 square foot 1 bedroom versus this one's a 700 square foot, 800 square foot 1 bedroom, right? So I mean, but it doesn't have elevators. It doesn't have, you know, a yoga loft, doesn't have a fire pit. I mean, all that extra stuff that, I mean, I personally am not going to sit in a fire pit in the jungle. It's going to be too hot. Right. I sweat all the time. It's just, I'm miserable. So we walk in and they look at it. It was amazing. It was the great decoration. It was all windows. There was 2 walls of windows that look out over the pool and the jungle area there. And they want $175,000, man, for that unit. You know, you usually have to go pre-construction to get $175,000, and you're going to spend $240,000 for a unit that size. You know, because of the developers. So after that, we went to see another group of developers. I'll just name drop them. It's okay. So we went and looked at Rise Group. Rise Group is another big developer in the area. They have like 8 developments inside Aldea Sacbe. It's a cool developer. The reason why I like it is they do this this Rise Group connectivity concept, to where if you buy in one, you have access to the amenities and all the other ones. So if you get tired of your pool, you can go to the other development and go to that pool or go to that spa or go to that gym, and you kind of use all the amenities from all of them, right? And they've got a lot of amenities. That particular unit, there was too many units. They didn't like the fact that I think there was like 40 in one, and there was like 60 in the other. And so it was too many units for them, but we went in, we did a tour anyways, you know, and amazing architecture. These are great for Airbnb. Like it wouldn't be somewhere where I'd want to live. Great Airbnbs, get in there, and you have, because of the amenities, you can put that on your Airbnb. You've got, you know, a long list of things you have. I really love the fact that they had a laundromat in the building, right? There was public. So that means the electric and the water was part of the building's cost. It wasn't your personal cost. So if you're running an Airbnb, I'll tell you from my wife runs the Airbnbs. We have to have a maid that picks up the clothes, takes them to a dry cleaner or to a laundromat. We pay them, you know, $25 to $40 to wash the clothes. So, and then they had to go back and put it back onto into the room and set the Airbnb up. But if you had your own washer and dryer on site, time wise, efficiency, cost, it's saving you over a period of time. If you got, 52 rentals in 52 weeks of the year, and you're spending, $40 every single week, that's 40 times 52, that's money. That's money out of your pocket in Airbnb and overhead and costs, right? So it's really cool to have the washer and dryers there, and rooftop pool.
And the washer dryer is hooked up to their electricity. Is it coin laundry or it's a part of the HOA?
It's part of the HOA. It's part of the
Yeah,
HOA.
that is-
And
that
the
is a
HOAs
pretty
are $3 a square meter.
Yeah,
Right.
that is, yeah, that's great.
So if your square meterage is, let's say the studio is like 38 square meters, so it's like 400 square feet, the studio. The 2-bedroom, I think, was like 70 square meters, 75 square meters. Remember, I told you the resale was a 1-bedroom with 70 square meters, right? So this 2-bedroom was 70 square meters, right? 72 square meters. So you're
HOA
paying,
is like $210 a month. And that
correct.
includes your laundry, which
That
is
includes
great.
your laundry. Yep, includes your laundry, includes the pool cleaning. The guys will come clean your pool. It's actually in writing from the HOA. They actually come clean your pool. But they have a lot of options, a lot of choices. And they're a great development. I've sold a couple of their units. And so after that was our afternoon. Then we went to have some food, in La Veleta. So in La Veleta, there's lots of really cool bohemian, very eclectic, very down to earth, amazing food and bakeries and coffee shops.
There's some good pizza over there too. I'm from New York and there's a really good pizza spot. It's like a grungy. It looks like it's a spot that fits in Bushwick in Brooklyn. And it's like a warehouse type of feel. I don't know the name of it. It's a gray building. I've been there many times, but they have really good pizza there.
Is it really big on the inside?
Yeah,
Like
really big.
Huge,
yeah.
Right? There's a bunch of chairs and there's the bars on your left when you walk in, like an L shape.
On your left. Yep.
Yeah. I know the place. I went there with my
They
wife.
got a good pizza spot there. La Valletta is a great spot. I like that area.
Yep. They amazing service. Matter of fact, the waitress, when we went to eat there with my son and my baby, the waitress tried my son's invention. Like my son he's in the phase. I have a 2-year-old that he's in a phase right now where he likes to put things into his iced tea or into like his lemonade. He'll put bread in there, olives, soy sauce, everything that's on the table he'll put in there. So he made this stew, and he offers it to the waitress, and she drank it, dude. I was like, she's getting a tip. This lady is amazing, So great service at pizza place. I'll find the name so we can plug it later. So we go to this place. It's called I think it's called Pinche Tacos, or like tacos. I think, right? Is that what they're called? Like that? It's called Pinches Tacos. Really good food, great environment. The girls are loving the place. Pete's loving the place. He's drinking his Michelob Light, his American beers in Mexico. And after we had lunch, well, now it's the trip back, right? That was day one. So I think after we finished, with the Rise group when we drove back to Playa, and they stayed in one of our Airbnbs, right? And I'm not trying to like talk, like we're the best, Nick and I, stuff like that. But the moment they said they needed a couple more days to stay, it's about being efficient and offering solutions to problems, right? So the moment they said we need a couple places to stay, well, Nick's got like 11 units in Tulum. I've got literally like 11 Airbnbs, another 9 long-term rentals here in Playa del Carmen. And we're like, where do you want to stay? Let us know. You don't have to pay the taxes, the extra stuff with Airbnb. We're here to help. The idea is to make this as smooth as possible and fun as possible, so you can make an educated decision, right, before you decide buying down here. So that was day one. Day two, because we weren't done yet. Now we had to find land, right? Because remember, the plan was find a condo to live in, and then find land where they can build their dream, right? So we have, Nick and I have a couple of projects that are literally that, right? We've got a couple of projects that we have exclusive with. One is outside of Tulum, 20 minutes outside of Tulum. And the other one is 20 minutes outside of Puerto Morelos, right? But the one in Tulum, I think it's more, it wasn't, I sent it to them and they didn't respond. They said, oh, cool. But it wasn't like, they weren't like in right on that. Cause I think it was too futuristic. It just wasn't part of their personalities. So now we're going to go to Puerto Morelos. Puerto Morelos is a sleepy town, little fishing village. It's about 20 minutes north of Playa del Carmen. Okay. And I think Nick and I have both done videos. I have a video with a developer that's building there in Puerto Morelos. She's building Nalu is the development that she has there. They were part of the Guiata group that built a mirror district, right? So I pick up Pete because Pete bought out there in Aldea Sacbe, and he wanted to see his land. And I was like, let me take these girls out there. So
And this is the one that's right next to the new train stop in Puerto Morelos. So this area is like, I've known it's going to be up and coming, but this is a good spot right now for what's it called, for Puerto Morelos. Beautiful little town. Like most people know Cancun, Playa, and Tulum, but you pass through Puerto Morelos, it's like there's a little bridge that goes over. There's a BBVA and a Super Akai right there, and you go over it. And if you're sitting there in the car talking, you're gonna miss it because it's just a very tiny spot. But if you get off that bridge and you go on the right-hand side coming from the airport and go left and go all the way down, you go right to the beach. And the beach is super beautiful. I scuba dive there. They have a ship that's right off the edge, a little bit far out where it's sunken, and you can scuba dive there, and the water is crystal clear. It's kind of like a little private, like, secret, because the water is beautiful. I scuba dived there once, and we had dolphins come around us, which dolphins don't do that in Cancun because of the boats. They don't do it in Tulum. Like, they were hanging out with us for a little while. And beautiful restaurants. It's a cool little like town. And Aldea Sacbe is a little bit further out, maybe 10 or 15 minutes on Ruta de los Cenotes, like the road to the cenotes. This is where Aldea Sacbe is, right next to the train stop. They just launched the train 2 days ago with the president going to Campeche. I watched the video. So
yeah. It was awesome, dude. It's a big deal, man. That train. There's a lot of people really invested in this, and it's important. You know, like you were saying, we took pictures of the train station, by the way, yesterday. I'll send them to you so you can see them.
Yeah. I want to see them.
I drove past the development. The development is 1 kilometer away from the first Mayan train station coming out of the airport. So normally, when you land in Cancun. And when you would land in Cancun and you want to go to Tulum, you're preparing yourself for another 2.5 hours, right? Another 2 hours of either on a bus or in a taxi with traffic and whatever. And that's how long it would take you to get to Tulum. So you were specifically on a mission to get to Tulum. You wouldn't accidentally hit Tulum unless you were going there, you know, through Cancun. Also, with Puerto Morelos, like Nick said, you would just drive past it, but it would take you about 40 minutes to get to this point driving from the Cancun airport. Now you'll be there in 15 minutes. You can get on the train, the Mayan train, it'll drop you off right there at the train station. And there's going to be transportation from Aldea Sacbe. By the way, I found this out yesterday, Nick. They're going to have transportation from the train station to Aldea Sacbe for free as part of a service that Aldea Sacbe has for its owners and its guests. So if you're Airbnb-ing it, they'll pick them up at the train station and bring them to the
in a little shuttle.
In a van, in a van, or in a Suburban, whatever. They're picking them up.
That's great.
And they're also going to have service to the beach for free. Puerto Morelos as also a service. So they're going to be at 9 o'clock and at 6 p.m. So every day at 9 o'clock in the morning, they're going to be taking people to the beach in Puerto Morelos if you want to go to the beach. And at 6 p.m., they're going to be bringing people back from back to Aldea Sacbe, which is awesome. So we get out there, and Aldea Sacbe is down the Ruta de Cenotes. And one of the things that Pete said, you know, we're talking the whole time, right? Pete and these girls, we're hanging out, we're talking, and they noticed that on the way to this piece of land, on the way to this development, by the way, it's 61.5 hectares, the Aldea Sacbe, which is about 130 square acres, right? I think it's what the math comes out to. They saw 30 parks, actual excursion parks for zip lines, for cenote diving, for snorkeling in cenotes, for cave exploring, ATVs. I mean, there's just like, what is going on here? They're going like looking back and forth, not understanding where we were. And I was like, this is the ruta de cenotes. This is the route of cenotes, right? And one of the things that the owner was really excited about is CFE, which is the electric company here in Playa, or here in Mexico, electric company. They just put up the last posts to basically electrify, to give electricity now to the development. This happened 2 weeks ago. And then yesterday they were installing the meters. Like because this was something, Nick, when I first met Armando and Manolo, the owners of this development, they're like, look, Alberto, I mean, in a couple of years, maybe 18 months, we'll have electricity. For now, we're going to, we'll do solar panels, battery backups, we'll take care of the common areas, where the wellness hotel is at, where the village is going to be at, for the grocery store, the pharmacy, stuff like that. We'll put electricity there, but the owners have to get solar panels. And I was like, that sounds cool. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of a off-grid, low carbon footprint stuff. And it didn't, dude. It took like 4 weeks, and they were super surprised that there's no electricity out there. And so we get there, and then the entrance is so funny. I'm telling you, I can't wait to take you out there, Nick. When you get there, let me show you something.
I'm gonna pull this up just to show
pull it up.
Everybody here what Aldea Sacbe is and looks like and where it is, because there's a difference between talking
and showing.
and showing. So let me share this real quick. So yeah, this is Aldea Sacbe. I'll show you the entrance of what it looks like. And then here it is, right? So you have Cancun. I live in Playa del Carmen, and then you have Tulum down here. So this road is about like 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes to get from the Cancun airport all the way down to Tulum. Yep. And Puerto Morelos is like maybe 25 minutes from here, depending on traffic, because they just built a new bridge that goes over. So sometimes they have it blocked off. But you come through here and then you go right up this road, which is called the Route of Cenotes. And this is where, I mean, this is like a huge touristic spot, because there's so many. Me and my girlfriend rode my motorcycle the other day, and we went to one of the cenotes actually right here. And there's all kinds of cenotes and places that you can go and explore. You can zip line, ride through the jungle on ATVs, jump in the cenotes, zip line over the cenotes, like jump into the cenotes from the zip line. Like, it's fun. And this is Aldea Sacbe. So this is where they'll have someone come and pick you up in the morning and drive you to the train. Now, to get from the train to the airport is like 15 minutes, whereas from here is like 40 minutes, maybe. From the airport on the road is probably like 40 minutes. So sorry, I'm just
go back up, Nick, real quick. Go back up. I want to show this Chichen Itza. So location wise, right, for the Mayan train, you've got the Mayan train right there. So if you're buying this for an investment, I'm gonna totally plug this place right now for a split second. It's just such a good location. This place, if you have, by the way, these houses, we're talking about the house in just a minute and the land, but if you have a vacation destination, or if you have a property with amenities, it's amazing. But also people want to do the tours, right? That what people come down here to go and see the Mayan ruins. They want to see Chichen Itza, they want to see Coba, they want to see the Tulum ruins. That's part of the essence of being in the Yucatan Peninsula, or in Quintana Roo in general, is going to these ruins. So the train is going to have a train station at Chichen Itza. Like, there's literally going to be a train station, a train stop at Chichen Itza. So if you have a train stop outside of your development, that's 15 minutes, that's 1 kilometer away. It's like a 10-minute ride to go from your front door to the train, and then ride the train down to Chichen Itza, then take the train and go down, and then go, if you want to go, keep going for further towards the coast, you can, or come back. It's a huge deal, and you have Holbox north. So, I mean, if you go this way right here, you go to Holbox, and Holbox is where you go for the whale sharks, right? That's where, if you want to go swim with whale sharks and do that tour, you're going to get from where here Aldea Sacbe is at, you're going to take the highway and you're going to go through here. And this route here normally would take you from Cancun.
3 hours.
It takes, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. But now this is a 2-hour drive, hour and a half drive. It's not that far away. So tourist wise, you're close to Merida, you're close to Chichen Itza by train, you're close to Holbox, you're 20 minutes from the beach in Playa del Carmen, you're 15 minutes away from Cancun to go shopping, you're 45 minutes away from Playa del Carmen to go shopping and Playa, besides going to Puerto Morelos. I mean, it's a great
and
location.
right here, they're building Latin America's largest outlet mall, which is going to be absolutely insane. It's almost finished. You have
It's
Coach,
open.
Tory Burch, Nike, the Container Store, like what everybody in the United States knows as an outlet store. That is going right here. I'm surprised they didn't put that on here.
It wasn't ready yet. It wasn't ready yet.
This is almost finished. This is about to be like open. I drove past there the other day going to the airport, and like they basically just need to put the windows and the doors on. They have all you can see the
It's
pipes.
open.
Yeah.
It opened.
Oh, is it?
It opened 4 days ago. It's ready.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Yeah, so it's open. So they have Nike there, they have restaurants, all kinds of stuff.
It's the largest mall in Mexico, straight up.
It's the largest mall in Latin America.
Oh, really? There's not a bigger one anywhere else?
No.
I didn't know that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's the largest outlet mall. I don't know if there's a difference between mall and outlet mall, but
let me show you how you get to so Aldea Sacbe, right? Let me get this. When you're driving up this road, you're going like 100 kilometers an hour, right? And you're looking for this. Literally looking for this. He's got a stick with a Coca-Cola bottle marking on the highway. So you're like just driving, looking for this little stick with Coca-Cola bottles, going 80 miles an hour. But now he's got 3 bottles. He's got like 3 bottles on it, marking it. And the entrance, if you want to scroll, go to what the entrance will look like, Nick. If you scroll down, I don't know if it's on the top or the bottom. It shows the way the entrance is going to be.
No, I think it's at the top.
I think it's above. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. So the road would be here, right? That's where the road would be going up. And then going towards the Mayan train, the train station would be this way. And then this way would be going towards
the highway,
Morelos, right? Going to the highway, exactly. So this entrance, what's going to be cool is this is going to be that onyx, that clear, like that rock onyx that'll be hollow. So you'll have lights inside. It'll be lit up with like a quartz type of onyx. It'll be super nice looking. Okay. So getting in there, the land that Pete had got himself he got it before the first price hike, because there's another price hike coming in October. He bought it before the price hike. He bought a piece of land of 14,000 square feet. Okay, he got for like $43,000. It already went up 15% since then. He bought his about a month ago, 2 months ago, and he can build. Well, the idea behind Aldea Sacbe is you can build 20% of the lot, right? So people think, well, I can't build very much, but that's actually a lot. If you're building 20% of your lot out of 14,000 square feet, you can get a nice 2,000 square foot house there. So the cool thing about these houses is they're going to be on stilts, right? They're going to be 2 meters up. So there's going to be 0 footprint. You're not going to have a cement foundation. They're not destroying the jungle. I mean, they're literally building everything through the jungle. They're huge pieces of lot. If you want to go to the master plan, Nick, really quick, so I can show them the master plan. And by the way, that wasn't the point of this this live, wasn't to sell Aldea Sacbe, but I think it's super cool to talk about it.
Well, this is where the girls went, and the reason why they have to be a part of it, because it is in the jungle. Let me zoom out of this a little bit. Zoom out real quick. You can see it. So
I'll show you here. So Pete's lot is this one here. Pete lot R29. Okay. These girls liked they decided they're going to get V27, by the way, Nick, just so you know, this is the one they're going to get. They're getting this one here is about 1,650 square meters. So it's about 17,000 square feet, give or take a few, right? And
17,000 square feet?
Yep. Because if you're looking at 1,600 square meters, you multiply times 10.74. What is that? You have a calculator there real quick? Pretty sure that's what it is.
It's 10.76.
Is it? Okay.
times how many?
1,600 square meters.
Wow, that's big.
17,000, yeah. So 17,000 square feet, 17,218 if you want to be exact, because Nick wants to be exact. For I think it came out to 1.1 million pesos. Give me your calculator again, please. It was like 1.1 million pesos. Divide that by 17. The average exchange rate right now.
65,000.
65 grand, $64,705 to get 17,000 square feet a piece of land, right? Now, they loved it. We drove, I mean, we came in from down here, right down here. We drove up through here, and right here is where we parked. Okay, right when we parked right here, these two things right here, these are the trees that people will see in our videos. You'll see Vanessa, you'll see Nayeli. I think you'll see my mom hugging a tree in one of the YouTube videos, where basically what they're doing is the cebas are a very important tree for the Mayan culture and for this region. Trees in general are important. I get that. I don't want to get into a big debate with someone about trees, but this specific kind of tree, the ceiba is, it's their connection, to earth, to Mother Earth, to life, and to living in the jungle. And these ceibas are sacred. You don't cut them down. You replant them, if anything, right? And what's really cool about this tree is what it'll do is every year it'll blossom, just like trees do, to spread its seeds everywhere. But when it blossoms, it comes down in these cotton balls, Nick. It's cotton balls. And I'm talking hundreds of thousands of them. It looks like snow in the jungle when you have a bunch of ceibas around. And what the Mayans used to do is they would take that and they'd weave it or wove it into thread.
Weave it, yeah.
Weave it. I don't know. Yeah. So they would make thread, right? They would make thread with it and to make clothing and blankets. I mean, this is like, this tree was super awesome. So there's two big ceibas right here, really big ones.
Something else really cool about that tree is that it protects itself. So it has the spikes up along the trunk of it. It has these little spikes they look like Bowser's shell from Super Mario Brothers on the back. And that cotton actually is a poison that protects the bottom of the tree, that does not allow anything to grow underneath it. So it protects it and keeps the fauna below it only for other ceibas. I actually planted one when my grandmother passed away during COVID for her, because it's basically like the tree of life. It continuously will grow, and it protects everything around it to make sure that it can flourish. So in San Luis Potosí, I have a big tree named Ruth on my friend's farm.
That's very cool.
That's a ceiba. I know a lot about it because they taught me about it.
So these ceibas are going to be, this is going to be the yoga area. Hey, you can see me writing, right? Just make sure I'm not.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I don't know how you do that. I've never known that you could do that on my screen.
A secret. All right. So this is going to be the yoga area here. There's going to be a natural pool right here where it says hotel. And there's going to be a wellness hotel in the center. The hotel rooms are these. These yellow ones here are the hotel room lots. So what you would do is you would buy one of these lots, okay? They cost a little bit more, and they would build a habitat. They would build basically a 1-bedroom unit there, or a studio unit, like a hotel unit. It's turnkey. So all the units that are bought inside this area here, all these units here are part of the hotel. They're the hotel units, but they're part of the rental pool. So there's going to be 50 of them all together. So when there's 10, you get 1/10. When there's 50, you get 1/50. Even if your unit's not being rented, you'll get a piece of the action on the rental units within the hotel. So you don't have to be part of the hotel. You can buy the lots on the outside if you want to, and be involved both sides. Let's say you want to build your own house, you don't want to be part of the hotel, stuff like that. Well, then you build your lots up here and stuff like that. So those girls decided to buy this lot here, and this is the one that Pete owns. This is the one that I own, and this is the one that my mom owns. So we believe in the project as well, and it's just so inexpensive. It's silly not to get involved. And so here will be the pool area right in here. You'll have a yoga area around these ceibas. And part of the ritual that Armando does is he'll take whoever is buying, And one, he'll take them to go plant a fruit tree along one of the roads, okay, on the side of the road with your name on it. So you're basically be a part of Aldea Sacbe, a part of the fauna with your own name to tree. And then before all that, he takes you to those two ceibas, and you have to go ask permission from the ceibas to be a part of that or to build there. And so you'll go there and you'll avoid the spikes and you hug the ceiba and you put your heart to the ceiba and you just pray to it. And you say, you give thanks, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. Thank you for letting us be here. And you get the blessing from the ceibas, and then you begin your stuff, right? There's a lot of really cool things out there. It's a great investment for long-term and short-term investment. It's even better to build a house there. By the way, these guys build the houses there, Nick. So you can get a studio unit habitat, I guess. I'll quote like that right there. That habitat is 700,000 pesos. 700,000 pesos, divide that by 17. What is that?
41 grand.
41 grand. So for $41,000 plus the $64,000 on the bigger piece of land, because there's land there that's only 800,000 pesos. Show me, what's the calculation? 800,000 pesos, please.
Oops.
47,000. So 47 grand plus the 41,000 of the house. So for 80 grand, let's say 90,000 all in, you have that home that's right there in this picture on your own 10,000 square feet, on your own 12,000 square foot piece of land. And it's going to be like this. So if you want to scroll down a little bit, you can see what like the insides look, and these are prefab homes. So they're basically already pre-constructed, and they're brought down in pieces from Mexico City. This developer they're pretty big deal, man. These are the guys that built all the docks and the wood construction for like Shark Towers in Puerto Cancun. They built all the docks and the doors and the wood framework for like Hard Rock hotels, Moon Palace. I mean, these guys.
The reason why that's important to note is because this wood is either salam or parota, which grows in this region, and it adheres to the humidity and it doesn't warp or anything. So it's a tree that already is used to this, because if you don't use this, your drawers in the next year are not going to close because the humidity just build them up. So the wood is actually a very important aspect of the build when you build it, because it needs to be, able to withhold or withstand the humidity and the sun and the heat, and honestly, like some of the salt in the air from the ocean as well.
That's 100% true, Nick. Thank you. The habitat 700,000 pesos. The one bedroom is like I want to say 850 or 950 for a one bedroom. So it's got a one bedroom with a door. A bedroom, and you have a living room, dining room, and kitchen, and then your two bedroom. The two bedrooms is like 1.8 million for a two bedroom unit, with a pool, by the way, and you can do 2 floors if you want to. So, it's the cost of the entry and the investment is ridiculous, and it's because the Mayan train's not open yet. The moment that train station opens, there's going to be several price hikes along the way. Once they have, the airport comes in, there's lots of things that are going to happen over the next 2 years. They're going to it's basically catapult this pricing structure on these units here on what it's going to cost. So even if you're in it for the long-term investment and not wanting to build, you can buy the land, just sit on it, and then, and dump it for a 200% return on your investment, 300%. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but if you put in 50 grand, you could sell it for 150 in 2 years. It's just silly, it's silly not to. So, but yeah, so they loved it. We went out there. It was a long drive, with these girls and with Pete. And after that, we're on our way back to Playa, and we're going to go to Tulum again, right? So this is, I'm talking about some driving, man. I did some freaking driving the past 2 days. And the girls are like, Alberto, do we need to go to Tulum? I was like, well, I wanted to show you all some more stuff. And they're like, we don't have to say anything else. This is what we want. We want this. And I was like, Did I offend y'all? They're like, no, we're just hungry and we're ready. This is it. This is what we're going to do. We want to get that unit, or we want to get that piece of land. And I was like, that's awesome. So my adventure continued, right? So I went back to Tulum because I got a phone call from a gentleman that found me through Instagram. He sent me a message. He's like, I get random messages all the time on Instagram. He's like, hey, I got some properties in Mexico I want to sell. I'm like, okay, I think everybody wants to sell their properties in Mexico, right? So I never really called the guy back. And then he sent me another message. I'm like, I'm sorry, my bad, dude. What's going on? Where are you? We talked on the phone for like 10 minutes, like over a month ago. And I was on my way down there. I know Pete would like to maybe get into maybe a hotel, or he wants to build something. I mean, Pete wants to get into more stuff. So I called the guy. I said, hey, you know what? I'm coming to Tulum. Why don't you show me what you got? Dude, Nick, I'm telling you, this dude, I'm embarrassed I didn't contact him sooner. And I'm also questioning my life choices. I mean, this kid, he's like 38 years old, and he made some decisions in 2017, 2016 in Tulum to buy before anyone else was buying in like the areas that we talked about right now. And he has built amazing products. I mean, we walked into a house, it's 780 square meters. It's like 8,000 square foot house. It rents on Airbnb for $2,200 a night. Okay. He has a private chef from Colombia that comes in to cook for the guests that are there. And it was amazing, dude. I mean, he built the outside of the house with those wood pilings that trains use, right? The old school trains had like those wood things, right?
Yeah. The train trellis.
Yeah, those guys, those. So he got the ones, I mean, I'm not sure if this is the marketing or it was true, from the Jose Cuervo train tracks. Those, so he's basically got the whole house lined with the Jose Cuervo or Don Julio train tracks, train pillars or whatever you call those, the things the word you said right now. And he's got it all built, all on the outside. He's got solar panels, he's got a waterfall in the pool. I mean, it's like an oasis in the middle of nowhere, in Region 15. And it's $1.8 million. Anybody is interested, he thinks he wants to sell. So we go and see his hotel because Pete wants to build. Pete might want to build something. And he said, well, let me show you my hotel. He's got 12-unit hotel. This hotel is bringing in like 300 this year, low season. Like this has been a very dramatic drop in Tulum this year for rentals and for income. But he's still bringing in, he's at $370,000 this year in 12 units for the hotel, 12 units in this hotel. He had like 460 last year. He was at 610 year before that, 500. I mean, it's amazing that the hotel is bringing in money. But here's the key, Nick. This hotel is not a contemporary minimalist type of hotel. This hotel is the essence of what Tulum was 5, 7, 8 years ago, of the Bohemian, the Bali style. Everything is like the white, like the washed cement, and the walls are like Chacum. He's got like the hammocks on the terrace. I didn't want to step on it because it just looked like I was going to die, but he's got the floor hammock, right?
Hanging nets. Yeah.
I'm not getting on that. But I was like, looks really cool. Y'all go ahead and check it out. But the feel, the style, the huge, like the doors, bro, are like 8 foot tall, entrance doors into your hotel room, solid wood, beautiful, beautiful place. So, and he's not sure if he's looking for investors because he's got more projects than he wants to do, but he also is kind of torn between that and his family's back in the States. So, and he has a newborn daughter now and his wife lives in Houston. So now it's like, he can't be down here as much. So he's not sure if he's looking for investors to partner with him or if he just sells everything, and he's not sure where he wants to go. But if any of y'all are watching this, anyone sees this in the future, you guys, and you want to be involved either in a hotel or into literally a running business. I mean, I think he said he opened the doors for the house 45 days ago, Nick, and he's got $96,000 in reservations between now and December. And this is, I mean, it's That's amazing. Great. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be building this Discord channel. So any viewer that wants to join, the idea is to connect you with maybe a future partner, connect you with our different products that we have, and have an ongoing conversation inside the Discord channel. And that way we can connect you with people, because I have dealt with a lot of people that they maybe one person wants to buy the piece of land and then the other partner wants to, you know, do the construction because of the way that the funds work between two people. And I'd love to be able to connect different investors with one another. And then as we grow, you know, we might do a project in Colombia or Panama or Dominican Republic or something like that in the future. And now we have a community of investors inside where everybody is connected. So all the people watching, you know, now you put a face or at least a phone number or an @ symbol to the other viewers. And we'll build a community. So I am working on that, and I'll drop that link to that in all of my descriptions on all of these YouTube videos and whatnot.
Cool. Thanks, Nick. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a big, that'll be cool.
Oh, by the way, so going on what Nick's talking about right now, for example, this guy also has land, you know, that he has for sale, but he said, I'm willing to do this. He said, I'm willing to put the land into the deal with someone who wants to partner up, and I'll put the land and I'll help with the construction. I'll help with the permits. I'll help with the license. I just need somebody wants to build. So he'll put the land and then they'll do like a 50-50 split, whatever the split comes out to, but a partnership. And then we've got another buddy of ours. His name is Rojo. He has a piece of land in La Valeta that he wants to basically put into a construction deal, right? So he's basically saying, look, I've got land, you guys build it, let's be partners and we'll split the profits kind of deal, you know? So we've got people like that will be a part of this group to be able to connect, you know, people that own the land, that don't want to build or don't know how to build, to partner up with someone that can build or knows the know-how of that. And then you guys make business, man. And we're able to facilitate that. So it's awesome.
That would be great. That would be great.
So I think that's all of it, man. Yeah, I think that's my past 2 days. I probably drove, bro. I'm talking, it's like what, 65 kilometers there, 65 back. That's 120. It's another 65 from here to Puerto Morelos and back, 120, 240, and then plus another 60. So I probably did 370 kilometers of driving in 2 days, homeboy.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was
A lot.
yeah, but it's nice. It was nice. It was a lot of fun. We made new friends for sure, and we enjoyed ourselves a lot. So that's the kind of service you guys can expect when y'all come down here.
Yeah, when you guys come down, this is what we do. We'll bring you around, drive you. Well, Alberto will drive you everywhere. And see all this stuff. Patrick just said that, you know, Puerto Morelos is a great location. It is expat friendly.
100%.
It's not so busy, great beach, food, and the local square sells local crafts every Friday and Saturday. I did forget about that. That's a cool
That's true.
thing.
Yep.
And he's looking forward to the Discord. So I got to get this Discord set up. And if you guys missed last week's video, this past Saturday, and you're interested in investing here and you want to learn more about financing, we do have financing, and I will link that in the description below from our video last week, this past Saturday. That is something that will allow you to get into the game. You know, if you didn't decide to buy in Aldea Sacbe, or if you do and you just want to leverage some of the money, you know, and do it that way, I'll link that here. So let's finish for now. I mean, that was like exactly 53 minutes, and we'll be back here next Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning, Playa del Carmen time.
Yep.
So that's CST, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you as like always. So thank you.
Nick, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Peace.